Lisa Yuskavage, between fantasy, desire, and discomfort. Why do certain images make people uncomfortable? Not because they are violent. Not because they are shocking in an obvious way. But because they expose contradictions we would rather avoid. This is the world of Lisa Yuskavage, an artist who transforms fantasy, beauty, and the female body into something both seductive and deeply unsettling. Born in Philadelphia in 1962, Yuskavage emerged during a time when contemporary art was increasingly questioning identity, media, and representation. But instead of rejecting traditional painting, she embraced it. She painted the human figure. Especially women. Yet her paintings do not behave the way classical paintings are expected to behave. At first glance, her work appears playful, bright colors, exaggerated forms, glowing skin, dreamlike environments. There are echoes of fantasy art, pop culture, pin-up imagery, and classical painting all colliding together. This connection to kitsch is intentional. Yuskavage understands the visual language of attraction. She uses softness, color, and exaggeration to pull viewers in. But once inside the image, the viewer begins to feel uncertain. Are these women empowered, vulnerable, satirical, trapped inside fantasy? The answer constantly shifts. Her paintings often challenge what psychologists call the gaze, the relationship between the viewer and the subject being viewed. Traditional nude painting frequently positioned women as objects to be admired. Yuskavage disrupts this expectation. Her figures are exaggerated almost to the point of absurdity, yet emotionally complex at the same time. Some appear confident, others uncomfortable, some seem aware they are being watched. This creates tension. The viewer is forced to confront not only the painting, but their own reaction to it. 4. There is also a dreamlike quality in her work. The spaces feel unreal, half theatrical stage, half psychological landscape. Figures glow unnaturally, colors become emotional rather than realistic. This is where fantasy enters. But Yuskavage's fantasy is never pure escape. It is layered with discomfort, irony, and self-awareness. Her paintings ask difficult questions. Who defines beauty? Why is desire so complicated? How much of femininity is authentic, and how much is performance? Yuskavage studied at the prestigious Yale School of Art, where she developed a deep understanding of classical techniques while also engaging with contemporary theory. She was influenced by artists such as Jean-Honoré Fragonard, whose sensual and playful paintings celebrated pleasure and fantasy. But Yuskavage pushes these traditions into modern psychological territory. Her paintings are not simply erotic or decorative. They are confrontational in a quieter way. Critics and audiences have often been divided by her work. Some see empowerment, others see exaggeration shaped by male fantasy. And perhaps this division is exactly the point. Because Yuskavage paints contradiction itself. The conflict between innocence and sexuality. Between empowerment and objectification. Between fantasy and authenticity. Her art refuses easy answers. In many ways, her work reflects modern culture perfectly. Today, identity is constantly performed through images, social media, advertising, entertainment, fashion. People shape themselves visually every day. Yuskavage exposes the emotional complexity behind that performance. The longing to be desired. The fear of judgment. The pressure to appear beautiful. The confusion between image and self. In the end, Lisa Yuskavage reminds us that art is not always meant to comfort. Sometimes it exists to reveal contradictions we carry inside ourselves. Her paintings shimmer with beauty, fantasy, and humor. Yet beneath the surface lies something more unsettling. The realization that the way we look at images is deeply connected to the way we look at ourselves.